Hi dear students, now I am going to talk about pressure effect on equilibrium. Pressure effect on equilibrium, which can be studied under three different cases. First, case 1 we will consider. Case 1, delta Ng is equal to 0. That is, number of gaseous moles of products is same as number of gaseous moles of reactants. For example, we will take a thermal decomposition of HI. 2HI gas which is in equilibrium with the H2 gas plus I2 gas. Here, number of moles of gaseous products is 1 plus 1, it is 2, right? Number of moles of gaseous products is 2 minus number of moles of gaseous reactants, that is also 2. So, we are getting delta Ng is equal to 0. Let us assume that this reacting mixture is present in the cylinder. This is present in a cylinder to which movable piston is fitted. This entire reacting system, gases are present in the equilibrium. Already they are present in a cylinder to which movable piston is fitted. 2HI gas gives rise to H2 gas plus I2 gas, which is already in equilibrium, right? So generally, Dalton's law of partial pressure cannot be applicable for the reacting gases, but only one exception it is there. For the equilibrium reacting gases mixture, we can apply the Dalton law of partial pressures. Here, total pressure at equilibrium, we can write it as sum of the partial pressures. Partial pressure of HI plus partial pressure of H2 plus partial pressure of I2. Total pressure is equal to sum of the partial pressures. Generally, Dalton's law cannot be applicable for the reacting gases, but only with the one exceptions. It can be applicable for the reacting gases if it is present in the equilibrium. This is a reversible reaction, right? So let us assume pressure is increased by 2 times. Pressure is increased by 2 times. Earlier case, we can write a Kp expression as equilibrium constant Kp expression as, the equation is this one, partial pressure of H2 multiplied by partial pressure of I2 divided by partial pressure of Hi square. Okay, partial pressure of H2 multiplied by partial pressure of I2 by partial pressure of Hi square. This is Kp expression, right? Assume total pressure, it has some value at equilibrium. So what we are doing is pressure is increased by 2 times. By adjusting the piston to the downwards, we can increase the pressure, right? So assume total pressure is increased by 2 times. Now the pressure is 2 times that of the initial pressure. Initial pressure at equilibrium. Then when the total pressure is increased by 2 times, partial pressure of each component also increases by same factor, that is 2 times. When the total pressure increases by 2 times, then total pressure, then the partial pressure of each component will increases by same factor, that is 2, right? So new pressures we can write it as, when equilibrium is disturbed, then we can write it as the Kp expression will give us reaction coefficient Q, right? So Q is equal to partial pressure of H2. When it is increased by 2 times, we will get a P 2 times that of the PH2 multiplied by 2 times that of the PI2 divided by here 2 times that of the PHI whole square we can write, right? So this is, we can write it as 2 2s are 4 PH2 multiplied by PI2 divided by 4 into PHI square, right? So here 2 square is 4, so 4 will get cancelled. So even after changing the pressure, we are getting that a Q is the same as a Kp. Q is same as a Kp means the change in pressure has no effect on equilibrium condition. Condition applied, that is when delta Ng is equal to 0. We can write it as when delta Ng is equal to 0, change in pressure has no effect on equilibrium. Let us consider the second case. Case 2, that is delta Ng greater than 0. Case 2 is delta Ng greater than 0. Let us consider one equation which is in equilibrium. PCl5 gas gives rise to PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. PCl5 gas gives rise to PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. Let us find out delta Ng for this reaction. Delta Ng is equal to number of moles of gaseous products. Both the products are gases. 1 mole each it is present. So total moles is 2 minus number of gaseous moles of reactants. That is 1 mole of PCl5 is present. So 2 minus 1 is 1, which is greater than 0. Assume this reacting mixture is present in a cylinder to which movable piston is fitted. Assume this reacting system is present, already it is in the equilibrium to which movable piston is fitted. PCl5 gas gives rise to PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. Assume when it is in equilibrium, the pressure is P. Total pressure at equilibrium is P. So P is equal to sum of the partial pressures. Total pressure is equal to sum of the partial pressures. So pressure of Cl2 plus pressure of PCl3 plus pressure of PCl5. Total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressures, right? Then Kp expression we can write it as Kp is equal to partial pressure of PCl3 multiplied by partial pressure of Cl2 divided by partial pressure of PCl5, right? This will give us Kp, equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressures. So we have disturbed this equilibrium by making the pressure as, the pressure is increased by 2 times. Pt is equal to 2p. When the pressure, total pressure is increased by a factor 2, then partial pressure of each component also increases by the same factor. When total pressure is increased by adjusting the piston downwards, downwards by a factor of 2, then partial pressure of each component also increases by same factor. Right? Then when the equilibrium is disturbed, then the expression of Kp will give us reaction quotient Q. Reaction quotient Q is equal to partial pressure of PCl3. When the total pressure is increased by a factor of 2, then partial pressure of PCl3 also increases by a factor 2. So 2 PPCl3. And similarly, partial pressure of Cl2 also increases by the same factor 2. So partial pressure of Cl2 divided by 2 into partial pressure of PCl5. Right? This 2 gets cancelled. So we are getting that Q is equal to, that is 2 into this total expression, pressure of PCl3 multiplied by pressure of Cl2 divided by pressure of PCl5. We can write it as a Kp. That implies Q is greater than Kp. When Q is greater than Kp, equilibrium will shift in backward direction. Then equilibrium will shift in backward direction. Next, let us consider case 3. In the case 3, we will consider the equilibrium system for which delta Ng less than 0. Case 3 is delta Ng less than 0. For example, we will take a reaction which is in equilibrium. 2SO2 gas plus O2 gas is in equilibrium with 2SO3 gas. Delta Ng is equal to number of gases moles of the products is 2 moles of SO3 minus number of gases moles of reactants 2 moles of SO2 and 1 mole of O2. Total number of moles of reactants is 3. 2 minus 3 is minus 1, which is less than 0. Here also similarly we will consider that this reaction which is in equilibrium, that the reacting mixture which is present in the cylinder to which movable piston is fitted like this. By adjusting the piston to the downwards, we can increase the pressure. By adjusting the piston downwards, we can increase the pressure. So the reacting system which is in equilibrium, 2SO2 gas plus O2 gas gives rise to 2SO3 gas is present, which is already in the equilibrium. So equilibrium constant expression Kp is equal to, from this equation, partial pressure of SO3 square by partial pressure of SO2 square. Partial pressure of SO2 raised to the power of its stoichiometric quotient 2 and multiplied by partial pressure of O2. This expression will give us equilibrium constant Kp. Assume total pressure at equilibrium. Total pressure at equilibrium is increased by a factor 2. Then partial pressure of each component also increases by a factor 2. also increases by a factor 2. So when we increase the total pressure by adjusting the piston, we are assuming that total pressure increases by a factor 2. Then partial pressure of all the components increases by the same factor, because according to Dalton's law of partial pressures, total pressure at equilibrium is sum of the partial pressures. Partial pressure of SO2 plus partial pressure of SO3 plus partial pressure of O2, right? When this is increased by a factor 2, then each component partial pressure also increases by the same factor 2, right? When the equilibrium system is disturbed, then Kp expression will give us the reaction coefficient Q. So Q is equal to, when the pressure is increased by a factor 2, then partial pressure of SO3 also increases by a factor 2. So 2pSO3 whole square divided by, here also we can write it as 2pSO2 whole square into 2pO2. 2 square is 4, pSO3 by 2 square is 4, pSO2 into 2pO2. 4 gets cancelled. So Q is equal to this pSO3 by pSO2 into pO2. We can write it as Kp. So Kp here divided by 2 also there. So Q is equal to Kp by 2. That implies Q is less than Kp. When Q is less than Kp, equilibrium will shift in forward direction. Equilibrium will shift in forward direction. Pressure effect on the equilibrium can be summarized as, based on the two cases. Earlier we have done case 2. Case 2 is PCl5 gas gives rise to PCl3 gas plus Cl2 gas. When the pressure is increased, equilibrium is shifting towards a backward direction. Equilibrium will shift in backward direction. But in the case of this equation, so here the total number of moles of reactants is 3, the total number of moles of products is 2. So in this case, when we increase the pressure, equilibrium will shift in forward direction. So what is the generalization here is that when we increase the pressure, equilibrium will shift towards a less number of moles. So final conclusion is, when the pressure is increased on equilibrium system, then equilibrium will shift towards less number of moles. Equilibrium will shift towards less number of moles. Right? Students, what we learned today is the pressure effect on equilibrium. When delta Ng is equal to 0, change in pressure has no effect on equilibrium system. When delta Ng less than 0, when delta Ng greater than 0, both the cases, when the pressure increases, equilibrium will shift towards a less number of moles. Thanks for watching.